today will be a preview of Automation Fair, which is coming up very soon, less than a month away to Automation Fair in Chicago. So we'll give a little glimpse of that. If you are planning to go, you'll get a chance to kind of see what to expect and things to kind of, circle off and want to go visit. If you're not attending, then a little look at what you're going to miss, and it'll be a little bit of a glimpse of what's going to be new and upcoming in 2026 that we'll be talking about. So with that, we're just going to introduce our speakers. We got let them kind of cover all the main things for today. We got Neil Kaczynski, specialist out of San Antonio with the Rollins Company. We've got Chintan Patel with Rockwell Automation, David Newt, automation specialist with the Rollins Company in Houston, and Graylin Jimenez, also with Rockwell Automation Technology Consultants. So I'll turn it over to Neil to kick us off.
Thanks, Wayne. And as Wayne mentioned, this month's learning series topic is Automation Fair and a preview of Automation Fair. Hopefully you're familiar with Automation Fair, but if you're not, it is Rockwell's premier event every year, hosted at varying locations. This year it's in Chicago, and it's a 4-day event from the 17th to the 20th, where we see a showcase of the latest released products, upcoming release products, the latest as far as Rockwell's service offerings, technology partners, and the latest from industry trends around the automation space. And all these facets are presented from learning sessions, technical hands-on training that's available, off-site tours, and keynote speakers, and as well as the expo showroom floor that will be open for, I believe, 3 days this year. First, I wanted to kick off talking about what the McNaughton McKay and Reynolds Company has to offer as far as packages go. We have a package available this year for our customers that includes hotel accommodations at the Intercontinental Magnificent Mile. With our package is also included a ticket to our hospitality event that will be hosted Wednesday night at the House of Blues. It's important to note here that it's only possible to get the ticket to a hospitality event when booking through our customer packages. And they also include transportation to and from Automation Fair and the hospitality event, as well as the Automation Fair registration itself, locked in with early bird pricing. On the next slide, we have our pricing for 1, 2, and 3 nights. And as I mentioned, the locked in early bird pricing, and it's important to note there that Rockwell's registration for early bird pricing has ended, but when booking through our package, you're able to still get that early bird pricing up till Friday. So you've got 2 days. If you're still on the fence about Automation Fair, you can still get that early bird pricing until Friday. So any information you need further, reach out to your specialists. You can use the QR code on the screen or visit our website to find how to register with our packages. And with that, I'll hand it over to Chintan to go in a little more detail about Automation Fair and what the agenda is.
Yeah, thank you very much, Neil. Thank you, everybody. Good morning. So every time we do any Automation Fair in Chicago, it is a significant in size and a lot of information being shared. This is, Rockwell being headquarters in Milwaukee. This is considered as their home base location for Automation Fair. If you have attended previously, you may have noticed like we can bring anywhere from 17 to 19,000 people through this event. So a quick glance on the Automation Fair agenda. Expo starts from Tuesday onwards. The Monday will be the keynote session, but some of the labs and the general access session will be open already from Monday morning. So based on when you get into it, you might get some low traffic access to some of these general sessions. But after the keynote is delivered on Monday afternoon, it will be official kickoff of the Automation Fair. So the agenda is pretty straightforward. You will have a copy of this to keep to refer to. but it is full of a lot of different sessions throughout the days, as well as the advanced training and hands-on labs. Let's go to the next session. We go a little bit more deeper dive into it. So as Neil mentioned earlier, the General Access Pass and the General Access Plus passes that are available. If you go through the Reynolds Mac and Mac package, you still can benefit for early registration discounts. Otherwise, the pricing are shown in below if you choose to register on your own without the hotel package that is available through Mac and Mac. Let's go to next slide, please. So really quick, McCormick Place, it's one of the largest venue to host public events in North America. It's in Chicago downtown. If you've never been there before, right off the Lakeshore Drive and right between the Lakeshore Drive and Magnificent Mile. This time, this will be hosted at the West Building on a 3rd floor. It's a pretty big venue, so those who are going there, I would highly recommend to familiarize yourself to save some time and maybe a lot of walking steps, because from one building to another, even though on a map they might look right next to each other, you may end up walking a lot of steps to go from one location. So this is an overview. You can see the main entrance of, from the Marriott standpoint. On the right-hand side, if you enter, will be keynote sessions, and in the back side to the left will be the expo, and to the right will be the lunch area. We will go more in details about the expo sessions and what to expect when you get there. Next slide, please. Excuse me. So the expo, Rockwell Expo is a combination of Rockwell as well as a partner technology exhibition. So you will see on this map, all the red highlighted are the Rockwell Technology Expo, and the other ones are partners such as Rital, Cisco, Anderson Hauser, so on and so forth. So when you walk into the expo, in the previous slide, what we mentioned about the left-hand side of the entrance, you will see the industry pavilion in the front. You will have a Sensia booth towards the back. You will have a partner lounge, and then the main technology service showcase all the way in the back. And we will go into some of these in more details in the next slide. So industry pavilion, the one in the front, there will be an industry-specific technology and solution showcase. So some of the industry, as you are seeing on top, is automotive, food and bev, life sciences, energy, pulp and paper, warehousing. So there will be a specific industry focused messaging and technology showcase in the industry pavilions. A little bit more into it, what kind of things you should expect there. So this is the layout you can see in the map area, and then on the right hand side table you will see what different, based on each number, what different showcase you should expect. So there are showcase, there are specifically to OEMs, there are AI focused showcase, there will be edge interoperability showcasing over there, all the way, including the Plan PX and Logix Edge. So you can see all different technology will be showcased in this one of the pavilions. Technology and services showcase. So basically, the overall theme is how to achieve the digitalization, digital transformation, basically. So the overall flow of these of this showcase is focused on, based on these 4 keywords: explore the strategies and optimize the production design, discover solutions, and then learn the advantages of the integrated architecture, and then the create solutions. So as you walk through the entire showcase, this is a theme you should expect for you and your customers to experience. A little bit more detail into it. Next step is, what kind of solutions or what kind of messaging will be you should expect is there's a system operations focusing on power and process, system visualization, design, operation, machine rows, motion safety. So these are all different types of messaging you should expect for you and your customers to see when they walk through the technology service and showcase. And the next slide will go into more what kind of technology you should see, right? So you should see the Armor PowerFlex drives. You should see Ethernet IP in the cabinet, ControlLogix 5590, PointMax IO, so on and so forth. So a lot of our greatest and latest technology that you should expect to see throughout this technology showcase. Next, please. Quickly, designer visualization. There is a designer visualization focused part of the the showcase, the booth area. So you will see the visualization hardware software area, the industrial communication area, as well as the design software area. So you can see all the different. So this slide kind of shows what technology you should expect to see into those things, right? So pretty much anything and everything that we have in the design software as well as visualization software side of it. That's about it from my side. I think who's going next?
Yeah, this is David Newt. I can take over from here, Chintan.
Yes, sir.
So continuing on from the introductions of the different parts of the technology booth, we'll talk a little bit about the process and power section. As you can see, it's kind of in the back corner. Traditionally where I remember where it's been in the past. And so you can see with power and process, we include all the low voltage and medium voltage MCCs are kind of against at the very back, which is kind of the wall, kind of at the end of the area, as well as some standalone drives, the PowerFlex drives. There's also some XT, extreme corrosive gas equipment that you'll see, and some on-machine stuff, armor block drives, as well as some digital tools that I'll just briefly talk about in a second. So with some of the technology you're going to see on the power side, you'll see the 755 TS will probably be prominently displayed, as well as on the medium voltage side, the 6000 T. The new product on the on-machine area is a PowerFlex 330, and that's actually an integrated drive motor that's new from Rockwell. And then, like I said, all of the different MCC types, all the center lines are going to be there, as well as the cubic IEC MCC, which we don't see a lot of here in our market, but it is going to be at the show. To me, one of the more interesting things about the power area is the digital tool that's going to be displayed. And this is called what Rockwell's calling the Device Tools mobile app. And so it will connect to the new 5034 IO, and it supports near field communication technology. So you can actually connect to it when it's powered off. And it's something I'm looking forward to seeing. It's the first Rockwell technology that supports NFC. And so that will be on display, and it should be, I don't think it's released yet, but it should be released by the time Automation Fair kicks off. And then moving on, another section, really the kind of the power section, the process section of the technology booth is we'll have some plant PAX displays, as well as the kind of the primary focus is going to be the 5590 controller and a couple of kiosks, as well as the PointMax is going to be in a handful of areas too. PointMax is a brand new IO platform, but it does have a lot of process capabilities as well as safety. So it's definitely a key part of the process offering that we'll see at Automation Fair. And so just a little more details around what technology we'll see, like in addition to the PointMax and L9 5590 controllers, there is going to be a Logix Edge device on display, and so that's part of Rockwell's software-defined architecture. So I'm looking forward to seeing that as well, as see a Logix technology used in more applications, and then full plant PAX capabilities. So be the the new optics library support, the full batch offering, and then updates around Plant PAX that have happened recently. So as it's been the case with, I don't know, probably the last at least 10 automation fairs, there is a process solution user group summit, and it's taken different, over the years, Rockwell has done different things with it. From my experience, this is a little bit longer. The last couple of automation fairs was half a day. Earlier than that, like 10 years ago, it was a full day before automation fair started. This year, it's going to be on Wednesday, and it's the majority of the day. It's like 10:30 to 6:30 on Wednesday, and so they'll have details around the process 5. Plant PX 5.4 release, as well as the new provisioning tool that Ansible, called Ansible, that we're all breathlessly anticipating. We've been waiting a while for it, so I'd like to kick the tires on that. That's one of the main purposes of me going to PSUG this year. So, and it's in a specific room. It's inside the McCormick Place Convention Center, but it's kind of like in a large ballroom area that will be off the floor, the exhibit floor. So you have to sign up for this separately inside of the automation fair signups. And finally, for me, those of you that have never been to automation fair before, Rockwell always has a number of what they call back rooms. And a back room basically is it kind of takes either a technology or a product and kind of has a deep dive. There's usually some product managers available. It's usually kind of off to the side where you can have a kind of a quiet conversation off the floor. But a lot of times it's technology that hasn't been released yet, so they're not really real public about it. But like in some examples this year, the device tools mobile app will have a back room. The next generation HMI or EOI is going to have a back room. Some optics technology. Also, a proposed 5390 Compact Logix controller is going to have a back room. So if you're interested in attending any of these back rooms, you kind of need a special invitation. So just reach out to your TRC account manager, and that person can help you facilitate you get an access to one of the back rooms you might be interested in. And I think that's all that I was presenting. I think Graylin might be, Graylin I think is going to take over. Thanks, Graylin.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to show you what technology is coming up on Automation Fair that we're going to be showing. So for the showcase, this is the next slide. The product and technology showcase is going to be located on the floor of the Automation Fair. So someone show the full expo, and it's going to be closer to the partner launch. So we're going to be having the different products there. Next slide. The demos that are going to be available to check there is going to be of course, the Optics Edge, that it's big on our part. The analytics and AI of that part is the Pavilion X, that it's for chemical industries, and Data Mosaic as well. The production QMS and MSA, that is for big industries, and the maintenance and manufacturing industries. Those are going to be located on the shop floor for the clients to go. Features, so that this is the product profile, the portfolio that we were ready to show, right? So it was announced in July, the Armor blocks, the ControlLogix L9, that it's going to be our new generation of controllers, the Optic Edge, coming up like now in September, the Stratix, the managed switch. And I'm going, next slide. And I'm going to talk to you guys about the ControlLogix L9, right? There was a huge release. It's open for order and it's going to be shipping by the end of the month, I think on the 31st. So it has double of everything, but not double of price. And it has double of scan time, double of increased memory, and support of performance, EAP. It has a huge improvement in redundancy. It has a bigger improvement since L7. Now we will see it that it has 2 ports on front, and those Ethernet ports are used for the cross-loading of redundancy. So it helps a lot with the performance. Is still needed the RM3, that is the redundancy module for a bumbless switchover, but it allows a better management of the memory. It has interoperability, so it has native OPC UA, and it has support for MQTT, that machine builder library for Logix controller, and that MQTT will allow like a seamless communication with the cloud. Now, all the controllers coming in L9 are SIL2 capable. They are capable to just with a check have the safety enabled. Now, starting L9, guard logic, the rev controller is not going to be a thing, but if SIL3 is needed, there will be a safety partner to be in chassis. So what as we were talking, like they have 2 Ethernet ports. It has configurable high-speed redundancy cross-loading, so you can use it to communicate with the second if you're using it in a redundancy configuration. Now, a big part that is a change for all of us is how it doesn't have a key. It have a switch to change between remote, run, and program. And it has the removable SD card, and now is not an USB printer cable we used to call. It's an USB-C configuration port. It has QR code that it will allow us for product registrations and to check knowledge base tech nodes, firmware and software downloads. It will bring us to the Rockwell Automation webpage for more information. And as always, we have the LEDs that it give us the diagnostics needed for our seamless operation. Next slide. Another big product that is going to be presenting is the PointMax I/O. This is the new generation of I/O. Is compatible with the starting L8 and 850 generations, and it's a smaller size, like in a smaller footprint compared with our previous version, right, to the 1734. It has simplification on many ways. A big part that it changes, so now it's a 3-part chassis, like backplane, card, and I/O, that it allows you to change the I/O cards easier on the field. You have a way better performance and speed, up to 1 gigabyte speed, and way more capacity. Before previous slide, sorry. Before going to the edge, I want to highlight that it has all the distribution, all the I/O that it's needed. It came with like 90% of the I/O. It have specialty modules like encoder, high big I/O, like the 16 channels and standard modules. Now, next slide for the optics. Now, and the third device that we are adding that is a big part is the Advanced Edge Gateway. Next slide, the Optics Edge. So when you have an application that you need to have information accessible remote or in the cloud, the Optics Edge is great for you. It's very useful for remote assistance with multiple functionalities, and it's enabled by Docker containers and with digital I/O. So we talk about this software install that came is of course, FactoryTalk Optics that allows you to create your optics and let you access to the web page. But additionally, it can run your favorite Dockers for added functionality. On the back, you can see how it has local digital I/O that you can leverage to use for diagnostic and remote assistance. And with a firmware update, you will have network capabilities. If you are familiar with the Stratix 4300, it will have the same networking functionality, but it has the added capability, right? And this is an industrial controller. It has the standalone DIN-roll installation or the book mount. And to interfaces, one thing that is really important for leverage legacy application, it has a serial port, and of course it has the Ethernet port for LAN and WAN connection, and a micro SD for storage expansion. Next slide. And this is what we have to present